Okay, for the third time, I'm going to ask to speak to Lee Hightoff.
He doesn't have time to speak with you today.
Bullshit. Somebody who supervises is lying to me. And you know, the tapes that prove that are on Facebook, YouTube, and Google, and a lot of other social places.
A screener will ask you questions about your income and assets.
He doesn't have time to talk to me now, huh?
Your call is being processed by my show voicemail.
Pat Schumacher. They just transferred me to a receptionist.
You may hang up to deliver the message or press pound for more options.
Now, this receptionist, dear reader, lied to me for 4 months before I found out that she has nothing to do with administration. And she's just answers the phone. You've just heard me ask to speak to Lee Hightoff. Well, he's not going to talk to me today because he's going to allow a person he supervises to bullshit me. And look at the previous tape I've got here on Facebook, or on Google, or any other one of the social networks. I'm posting these tapes. So, in conclusion, I guess I'm going to try to call the motherfucker again. I'm going to pause this tape, and we will join, and we'll rejoin you as soon as these people try to prevent a journalist from getting a straight answer. Because as you've already seen, not only haven't I received a straight answer, but I finally got the guy to admit he lied to me over a year ago. What can you say? I need to speak to Mr. Hightoff, not to another. You know, Schumacher answers the phone. Schumacher answers the phone. She admitted that to me. It took her 4 months to do it. That was the same one. Hello, Mr. Hightoff. I'm really sorry to have to tell you this, but today, Alex KORNYA confirmed that over a year ago he lied to me. And I am extremely distressed about that. When he told me over a year ago that Social Security had just as much admitted to him that my overpayment had been taken care of. But now today's changed the story. Now, as you know, I record all these conversations. Some of them I post on social websites. As a matter of fact, I have several on social websites right now. And my last conversation with Mr. KORNYA is also on Facebook and other social websites. I don't like being bullshitted by the person who's supposed to represent me. It is highly dubious. It is a highly dubious practice for members of your organization to go into an appeal without obtaining the entire freaking file. Because I have discovered, and you know, you admitted to me the other day, you haven't won every appeal that you ever prosecuted in front of Social Security. And neither is Alex. And as a matter of fact, no licensed attorney that I've ever talked to, when asked that question, has been able to answer me in the affirmative. And the difference between how I conduct a prosecution of an appeal and the way you guys conducted a prosecution of an appeal is that I insist on getting the entire file before I go in front of an administrative law judge.
Jeff, I'm going to cut you off because I'm trying to be respectful here. You called earlier.
I know. Look.
I'm preparing for that meeting, and now in 2 minutes I have a meeting.
I'm sorry. Are you going to let Mr. KORNYA get away with blowing smoke up my skirt and lying to me? That is unethical.
Do you want me to sit down and talk to Alex and find out what happened?
I want. Look. No, he already admitted to the people on Facebook that he did. He already admitted, and it took me almost half an hour to get him to do it, and I had to make 2 calls to do it. Now, the deal is that shouldn't have happened at all. And the deal is that, in fact, of the matter, because I can read, and I'm better at this than you are because I've won every appeal I prosecuted. Social Security only has 60 days to respond to that request for an appeal. They can't table it for over a year. They're not allowed to. And I called the national number. And I talked to somebody in a Baltimore office who told me, and you know, I haven't put this on the web yet, but I may. And he told me that they never heard of that. They absolutely have never heard of that. And that I should be talking to my attorney because they've never heard of what I'm going through now. Now, I can believe they're lying to me. Alex KORNYA told me they lie all the time. And when I received this letter, which clearly states or indicates, but very clearly and strongly, that nothing has been decided, that Alex KORNYA hasn't proven anything to them, and that I still owe them almost $8,000, which is the entire amount of money that David Bain has withheld from the government. David Bain owes me $6,000, and Mr. Weindrich owes me $2,000 of money they withdrew from my bank account. And I understand that, but I understand that. I really think I want another attorney. I do not want somebody who's lying to me, prevaricating, and sleeping with the Social Security Administration. Okay? That's what it looks like to me. This should have been taken care of over a year ago. They are not allowed to put this before a committee which is probably non-existent and keeping me waiting for 5 years. Maybe this is just, though, a reverse of what they did before. You know how many people have to wait years to get their Social Security approved. But because I was suing 2 pigs that the county wanted to protect, I was given Social Security under a false premise in 3 months. And when that hearing came up, I instructed Bob Heimer to drop it. I didn't want to be associated with Social Security. You know, that wasn't the answer for me then. And throughout all these years, it still hasn't been the answer. And Legal Aid's refusal to help me in 1996 after I won Wanda Butler's appeal and then was excluded not only from the appeal process for myself and other people, I was also excluded from the process that I legally have to go through to notify Social Security about changes in my living situation. That is something you had a duty to help me with, yet you didn't. And because you did that, I ended up spending 2 years in federal prison. So, I think I need another attorney. Now, why don't you find me somebody who's young and idealistic and doesn't want to sleep with Maggie from the Davenport Social Security office? I appreciate your time. Thank you. Incredible, huh? This is Jeff Soberov, aka Dmitry Ivanovich, with the naked truth.